guys, 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 guys,
Guys.
hey guys, there's an Adderall shortage. I'm fine, guys. Yeah,
I have to
notice
say,
how like upset they got
the first
about
time
the Adderall.
I saw a Don Jr. Coke rant, I was like, oh my God, is this for real? Are we all pretending like he is not coked out of his to the gills?
He moves like an old Babe Ruth movie. Like they've cut frames out. Yeah. It's like do you realize what kind of chemicals you have to be like? He's got glazed eyes, which gives me the idea that he's allergic to the weed he's smoking, or it's just too powerful. But it seems like he's using that to just cut the stimulants that he's on, because he's getting that like, I think my heart's gonna beat out the front of my sternum. I got something to take the edge off. So he's chemical yo-yoing himself. So he's got glazed pot eyes, while the rest of his body is gacked out on whatever the hell he's snorting out of his dad's office drawers. Allegedly.
Oh my God.
And it's like, and he's so frantic. And Trump does the exact same thing. When Trump gets caught in a lie, or he's really behind the eight ball and he wants to push the PR wall forward so he has some breathing room, that's when he starts getting his accordion hands start getting into like speed metal category, where they just kind of wag back and forth like a bird trying to take off after it's been shot in the wing. This kind of like, just like panic flapping. It's like
David,
he's living in a cockfight. It's weird. It's just like
it has been a years-long cockfight. It really has. Hello,
Right.
Dave in Minneapolis. You're on with Hal. Hello.
On that note,
Good morning, Mama. Good morning, Hal. I hope I'm not being too critical or too mean, but I really think this election this year is kind of an acid test for the intelligence and the value system of the American people. When you've got a slate of people that are this, on the Republican side, that are this unqualified, this stupid, and this mean, what are we really putting in front of people as far as choices?
Yeah, it is. Hal, this is the starkest choice I can remember. And I was saying, Dave, thank you, but I was saying I was saying to Joel Stein, we're just like having a debate between objective reality and just lunacy. That's what this midterm is about. One
of the Trump-backed candidates that lost her primary just showed off a new picture she hung on her wall of a flat Earth. Her new big win to hang in her living room was a picture of the flat Earth. This is not about and the interest. It's not even close to a normal conversation.
Yeah, and the fact that Raphael Warnock is ahead, again, I don't want to get happy in any race, but but that's how bad a candidate you have to be. Like, I'm actually seeing Republicans on the ground in Virginia say, well, Herschel Walker's a liar. Is that how big a liar you have to be? Because he lies about everything. As does Trump.
Oh, yeah.
But it seems,
On our side, we our responsibility is to inform our voters and turn them out. Right. And the only issue that we really have, more than anything, is to some degree left-leaning independent apathy, which is always a factor.
Yeah.
Youth vote, which is never the same youth vote twice. No man steps in the same youth vote pond twice. It's always a different group of people. They all mature up and realize they should have voted. It's hard to convey that to them. But the other part is that from TYT and a lot of these other groups is this idea that it's two legs in the same pair of pants. There's no difference between the parties. They've been pushing this for so long that they can't even back out of it anymore. They can pick out the lunatics because it's good, streaming videos, or it makes good clickbait. But the rest of the time, they're arguing that Democrats and Republicans are no different. And so it's not even about just the average American voter being, stupid or misinformed. It's that they are, especially on our side, they are under a constant barrage of whataboutism propaganda that has gone unabated, and no lessons learned, it seemed, since 2016. I fight it on my live stream, and I'll be going live right after we're done.
Yeah.
But like, I'm just my little 40K channel on YouTube. The ones with 1 million subscribers are saying, are Chick saying Democrats are bastards.
Yeah.
I mean, they are.
Yeah.
That was 3 weeks ago.
We've been talking about just the amount of lunatic conspiracy theorists in the country, and is it more, or are they just more outward because of Trump? But this kitty litter thing, can we just?
Oh, right.
I've been wondering. Right, where is this from? This urban legend spreading across right-wing social media like wildfire, even being picked up by some Republican lawmakers, of course, right? By Marjorie Taylor Greene, Lauren Boebert, Tulsi Gabbard, who's Joe Rogan. But that schools around the country are providing boxes of cat litter for children who are furries, meaning they identify as cats. All of this, of course, is a hoax. There is no documented case of a school allowing children to identify as other animals. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so what they're finding out is NBC News found one example of a school district keeping cat litter on campus. It's because of active shooters. They said the Jefferson County School District has had classrooms with cat litter since 2017 in a case where students are locked in a classroom during a shooting.
And they have to use the restroom.
Yes. I mean,
right.
But that's where this whole thing came from.
Smell.
Right. But I mean, the objective reality is the biggest threat to our children is active shooters. And they're out there going, I mean, everything they're running against are things that don't exist. They're conspiracy theories, right?
Well, that's because they are not. Again, Republicans' entire sales pitch is government can't do anything right. Elect me, and I'll prove it.
Right.
And the idea that all of them are like the real innovation, the real power of America comes from the private sector, and yet none of them are successes in the private sector until they have governmental influence to sell on their way out the door, points to the fact that they're lying about this. I mean, the election of Donald Trump, the guy who wrote Art of the Deal, had it written for him, the year he lost more in real estate than any other person in New York history, in Manhattan history, which is amazing, is a prime example of what that's the golden idol that they worship. Faux success, faux alpha male, faux supremacy. It is not based on any reality in their own part. I mean, look at the people showing up at Trump rallies. These are not cutting-edge humans who are going to lead us into the new millennium because they've figured out cold fusion. Most of them haven't barely figured out how to crack a cold one. And ultimately, he's even aggravated at the low turnout and low quality of support that he's got.
Yeah. Can I just say, in all the major crimes like espionage and seditious conspiracy, etc., there is new criming that I was we haven't even, now it takes till hour 3 to get to the right. Yeah, Trump's Truth Social broke the law, according to their former vice president, who gave the feds the evidence. So this is entirely new criming.
Well, it is criminally crap. Also,
federal investigators have received evidence of crimes from a former executive at Trump Media and Technology Group. Is that the name of the Trump Central? According to a bombshell report by the Washington Post, the former senior VP Will Wilkerson is pursuing a whistleblower status from the SEC. He believes Trump forced out company co-founder Andy somebody for not handing over shares to Ivanka. I don't even know. Is that a different story than the Trump Jr. and Eric accused of asking for a handout from the struggling, even though they had nothing to do with it? Oh my God, it's just one big lifelong family grift, right?
Oh yeah, and by the way, you'll be happy to know it's turning out just like Trump steaks and Trump water and Trump airlines and Trump football and Trump's I don't know whatever.
Right.
They're going to be selling their own offspring at some point.
Right.
But it cost him. He earned in last quarter. Trump's little super PAC took in $24 million. It cost them $22.3 million to do it. They spent 91 cents for every dollar they took in. That is the Trump business model.
Yeah.
Understand, like Trump could have done everything Biden is doing as far as chips and all this other stuff in terms of China, of reshoring factories.
Right.
He didn't. Why? Because he wanted to earn money there at the same time he was skimming. The idea was put tariffs on the regular businessman stuff that they get from China, but exempt Ivanka's businesses.
Yeah.
Exempt him in the futures. And then they get a payoff for those kind of things from this enormous country that they want to do business with in the future. That's just failing because China's economy
This
is
Truth
collapsing.
Social thing, Trump's adult sons, Don Jr. and Eric, began asking for large stakes in the company. Wilkerson said even though they were almost entirely uninvolved, they were coming in and asking for a handout. They had no bearing in this company, and they were taking equity away from hardworking individuals. I mean, this is why I really do believe, I was talking to Joel Stein about, he is going to be indicted. I get it that he has gotten away with everything his whole life, and that's why people assume he will continue. Yeah, but I just feel like we're at a point where there's no way he's not going to be indicted.
Right. So there is he right now Deutsche Bank is kicking him to the curb.
Yes.
And they have been for the last 3 years especially doing what's called a managed exit, because these are big accounts and big loans, and they're trying to get him to get loans from other places to replace the loans there so they don't lose money in this process. That's exactly what's happening with Trump and MAGA, with Trump and the Republican Party. There is a managed exit going on.
I was going to say, that's a nice way to say breakup, a managed exit.
That's what it is. It's a managed exit. And right now, the DOJ and the Democrats are helping to basically melon scoop him out of the Republican Party. They won't do it themselves, so we'll do it for you. We'll help broom this guy because you've been trying to get rid of him, theoretically, if you listen to Paul Ryan, for ages. But you can't because you're cowards.